It's no secret that ERP implementations are challenging. One recent study indicated that 16% of all ERP implementations are successful and 50% of ERP implementations are challenged. My name is Marcus Harris. I'm a software and technology attorney. Over the last 20 years, I've focused my practice on drafting and negotiating ERP-related agreements and litigating ERP failures in courts and arbitration panels across the country. Understanding why ERP implementations fail and what success looks like is key to getting it right. So what are the reasons for failure? And I think there are a variety of reasons, but one of the main reasons is really that ERP projects are not normal software development projects. ERP systems often form the backbone of the way that a company does business and the way that a company is run. They are complex and notoriously challenging to implement. Despite the complexity and the well-known failures, companies routinely underestimate the complexity of the project and what it takes to actually get the software implemented in a way that they can run their business. I think companies often lack a clear understanding of what their business goals are, or they will lead with a technology-first mentality, which I think is just problematic from the get-go. They often don't have a business case for implementing the software. They don't understand what business results they need to achieve for the system to be considered a success. Oftentimes, companies don't understand what legacy systems are going to be replaced by the new functionality, or they don't understand going into it what the need for customization of the new system is going to look like and what is going to be necessary. Oftentimes, they don't have a plan for achieving their business goals or their technology goals. They have not reviewed their business processes before the implementation project begins, or they haven't done what I would call a gap analysis to really understand the differences between how the new system processes data or processes transactions versus the way that the old system did it, and where the functionality gaps and differences are between the two systems. Oftentimes they don't have adequate project management devoted to the project. What we will see in the cases that we litigate is project teams, and these are customer project teams, that really are not devoted full time to the project. They don't have experience doing a software implementation, or if they do have experience, it was many years ago. Oftentimes, they're pulled in conflicting directions, trying to focus on their regular jobs, trying to devote time to the implementation project, or they don't really understand not only the software implementation process or the implementation, they don't understand the actual business processes that the company utilizes, and so they're not in a strong position to answer questions. They're not in a strong position to understand where the gaps are with the system or what customizations or modifications are going to be necessary. One of the key contributors to failure is often customers or companies will not devote enough resources to training in the software. They will fail to adequately test deliverables or functionality in the new system. And then I think one of the key contributors to success in the cases that we will litigate really is a failure to properly invest in change management. We will often see that change management is kind of an afterthought. They don't lead with change management, and I think that really is a prime contributor to the failure of these projects. And so what do you do? It's enough to understand why the project fails or why these projects do fail, but I think it's also critical to understand that you have to have a business case for the new software. You can't lead with a technology-first mentality. It has to be, there's got to be a business purpose for the implementation and integration of that software. It can't be simply that you want the shiny new thing, the artificial intelligence, whatever it is. There has to be a fundamental business reason that's driving the software project. You have to have an understanding of your current state. And what I mean by that is, how do you process transactions today? How do you use the legacy system? What are its failings? Why are you, getting a new system? What do you need to address in that current state that is problematic today? If you don't understand that, I don't know how you can actually measure success, and I think you're really setting yourself up for failure. And then you really need to commit the resources necessary to make this thing a success. And I think part and parcel to that is really having an understanding of what you're getting into. You need to benchmark, you need to look at what your competitors are doing, that not only the software that they're implementing, but how long it took them to implement and integrate that software product. You really have to have kind of a 360 view, of what you're getting into, and really understand the resources you need to devote to it, and really find a path forward so that you can come out the other side and have a successful implementation. If you have any questions about any of the issues that we've discussed in this video, please feel free to reach out to us, taftlaw.com. We'd be happy to talk to you and happy to point you in the right direction. Understanding why ERP implementations.
Give yourself a breath.
It's my word, I can't get out today.